Welcome back. In this video we'll look at paper 22 of the May-June 2022 series. It says a procedure last lines will take the name of a text file as a parameter and it will output the last three lines from that file in the same order as they appear. We can use our local variables line x, line y, line z to store the last three lines from the file, and we may assume that the file exists and contains at least three lines. So if we just go here and let's think about what we want to do. So let's say, for example, after we've read, sort of three lines, at some point we're going to have the values like this. So I guess line x will be equal to 1. Okay, hang on. We would say, line y would be 2, and I guess line z would be 3. Right, that's after we've read these first three lines. And then let's say now we'll read line 4. So what we would want to do is, this line z variable, we would then first we'd have to copy y into x, because otherwise y would get overwritten and we wouldn't be able to copy to x. Right, so we would copy this y value into x, right, then we would copy this z value into y, and then the new line would then go into this z, right, so we would need some sort of temporary variable. So I think that's how we can do it, just kind of like shift them down, each time we loop. So let's just go ahead and do this. Right, so we'll go procedure. Let's just go last line, or last lines. I think this takes the file name. Let's say file name, that'll be type string. Okay, and then here then we need to declare line x, line y, line z. These will all be of type string. I'm not sure if we need any other variables. Let's just go ahead and start this, and as always, if we do need more, then we can just add them, later. So if we're opening a file, we just want to go open file, and we should go file name. Then let's just go for read. Now, in this case, we shouldn't need to initialize, these three variables, because, they just by default, they'll be an empty string. But I guess, Cambridge probably would want us to initialize them. So let's just go ahead and do this. Right, so this will be an empty string. Likewise the next one. And then the final one. Okay, so what we want to do here, we just want to read. And let's also make another temporary variable, because this will be the current line that we've read. So let's go here, we want to go while. And as always, while not end of file, this will take the file name. Then let's just go do. And then what we want to do, we want to read the current line into the into this temporary variable. So we'll go read file name. Let's store that in temp. And then, like I said before, first we want to copy y into x. Then we copy z into y. Okay, so let's do this. Line x, and we'll just assign this the value of line y. Then we will go line y. And then let's go line z. And then for line z, this will just be the temporary variable. This is the current line. Okay, so I think maybe that's everything. And then if we just go close file, this will be the file name, and then we just need to output them. So let's just go line x, then let's output line y, and let's output line z. Let's remember just to end the procedure, and then let's see if this works. So if we go call, this will be last lines, and the file name, here I've just created this test.txt. Let's just go test.txt, and if this works, of course it should say 8, 9, 10. So let's see. Okay, this seems to work. And the good thing with this, let's just try, for example, now, it should say 6, 7, 8. Okay, we see this works. Now, there are other methods you could use. For example, one could be, for example, using an array. So you have an array of 3 elements. Then this operates as like a circular queue. Then you end up using mod and div. And I have seen them do that before, but that's quite tricky, because if you use the wrong mod and div calculation, then basically you're going to get the wrong lines. And you also have to make sure that if you're doing things like mod 3, div 3, you have to check that well, check that it works if the number of lines is divisible by 3, if the number of lines is not divisible by 3, check for multiple conditions. But this one here is quite a simple method, so yeah, if it works for 4 lines, it should also work for 12 lines or 9 lines. Now I noticed in the mark scheme they did also give an alternative solution. Now we won't do that, but I mean the alternative solution was, well, first you just read the entire file, you count the number of lines by, for example, in here, you just have some sort of count variable, and then you just go like count plus 1. And yeah, don't worry about the the capitalization, right? So you just increment a count like this, and I mean then basically you just have to copy all of this again. Or I guess, well, what you could do is you could have a for loop. So you basically loop until the last 3 lines. And then, when you get to the last 3 lines, because you do something like this, right? You go for, maybe, I don't know, line num, right? This can start at 1. And then you just go, I guess, until count minus 3. And then, yeah, when you get to this point, well, then you just do read file. And then I guess the first one, you can read that into line X. Then you just copy this read file, line Y, line Z, and then of course just output them like this. But I mean, I think here, our solution works, right? It's not too complex. So yeah, hopefully this makes sense, and we'll hopefully see you in the next video.